minutes. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are listening from or viewing from. This is Dot Nation News coming to you live from Lagos, and our topic today is victory at last, which simultaneously occurred, in Finland and Nigeria for Mazi Njoko and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. As I use my word simultaneous, it means it happened same time. Happening in Nigeria, happening in Finland. That's what I mean. That is God of victory for us. And I'm telling you, every Biafra faithful around the world, they are all celebrating since how many days now, when the victory was given to us. It was actually the very particular day Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case was transferred to DSS headquarters in Abuja. And everybody was like, what do they mean actually? What does actually James Omotocho mean by transferring a case in the Supreme Court, a case that is being presided over in the Supreme Court to DSS headquarters, Abuja? And we are like, actually he has finally compromised, refusing to live up to expectations. What expected of James Omotocho is to keep and respect his legal legacy. He actually significantly promised us he should. And later, a case at Court of Competent Jurisdiction was transferred to DSS headquarters. I'm telling you, it has never happened before in the history of this country. And I'm trying to tell everybody that it did not spontaneously happen. Something made it happen. It is obvious that Tinubu's administration has paid some mercenaries to mask up their face and testify, against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I mean, those mercenaries, claiming they are working under DSS, Department of State Security, testifying, coming forward to falsify various stories, various falsified stories against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I'm telling you that this administration is guilty of treachery. And out of treachery is when you come out and label an allegation, nationally against a fellow man, inciting him to have committed, a crime against his nation or the government of the day. Go and read the Bible, you will actually find out how in the Mendes, in those days, Daniel was roped in to have committed an act of treachery. An act of treachery carries capital punishment anywhere it is being committed. I'm telling you, as the testifiers were actually roping in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Okikabiame was standing, tall, defending Nnamdi Kanu by coming up with various standards. Yes, raising up many standards to thwart the effort of the DSS testifiers, who could not even expose their identity, but hiding under the umbrella of masquerade, masquerading their faces around, hiding their, faces, whom they are, so that to avoid attack. But let me tell you, nobody is attacking anybody. The Igbos, we are not like that. We are not terrorists. We are not sadists. We are not arsonists. Upon the testifiers, actually, and they are all evil forces, connivances to nail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All their schemings, their crafty plans failed them. That is why I always invite Chukwuka Biame anytime I am on this program, trying to educate people what is going on around the country with Nigeria. I'm telling you that at the DSS headquarters, there are two witnesses, two attendants from, government or administration of Donald Trump of United States of America, to actually know or witness the kind of melodrama Nigerian judiciary is acting. A judiciary that has actually failed the common man. They are no longer our hope. They are our enemy. A judiciary that has actually depicted a rubber stamp, to the Department of Executive. What stands in this current administration is what Tinubu says. The office of Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu says. No other one, not the lawmakers, as in the organ of government that is, legislating the law in Nigeria. No, not even the lower house, not even the constitutionality, of the country. Every laws, and policies come up in Nigeria today is from Aso Rock. They are not all embedded on Nigerian constitution. That's why I'm telling you that someone that is agitating, his own right is to agitate for Biafra, was denied bail for over 60 months now. He was sitting stagnated in one place. When he was actually released in 17 of, he went home. Before you know it, federal government of Nigeria under the watch of General Muhammad Buhari commandeered military officers, soldiers, to his father's compound at Aferoku community, Beku. And they actually killed the whole IPOB, the whole youths that are actually faithful of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They were all neutralized by Nigerian soldiers. I'm telling you, there are many genocide going on across Nigerian nation. The one at Benue is nothing to write home about, comparing to what the Igbo youths were going through right from Buhari administration until the current administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It was a straight 8-year genocide whereby Igbo youths, both female and male, were subjected to this kind of, let me say, annihilation by Nigerian military clique. Many were thrown into fire, many were shot, many were kidnapped and finished up in the bush. Just like exactly what happened to Aguiyi in 1966. Many Igbo youths were killed by Nigerian military forces. There's no denial, there's no need of being afraid of what anybody could do to people like us that are saying the truth. That's why Donald Trump actually sent the American delegates that were present at the court. The court bad, DSS headquarters, because it has, of course, become one of the courts in Nigeria. That's why I said it is a court, because it has never happened before. The American delegates that actually witnessed the drama, and I was even informed that the Russian delegates were about coming until the court actually struck out the case. That is a great victory. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no case again with federal government of Nigeria. On Friday, everything came to an abrupt, end when federal government of Nigeria, backed down on having any charges, or litigation against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And we are actually rejoicing and giving God all the praises, because it is not easy. One now or the other easy for someone to have stagnated, sitting in one place, incommunicado, for over 60 months. Now, it is not easy. I would like you to understand, you should download it in your brain, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case started since 2015. Immediately, Buhari administration ensued after the dogged, illegitimate, victory over Jonathan administration in 2015. The first action Buhari took was to roll out soldiers and give order to kill every Biafrans at sight. Anybody that is representing IPOB or Mazov should be shot. They started this bloody dastard act, perpetrating it in its scale in the southeastern Nigeria. And that is how it escalated till today. There is war going on in the southeastern Nigeria. War of silence, war of the mind. The Cold War between the Jews and the Arab-infiltrated FELONY North from Sahel country. The Igbos were so, resilient in those days, even during the era of colonization. That's where we brought that kind of spirit of no retreat, no surrender. And the British invaded this part of the world. The Igbo man said, no, we are warriors dwelling in the bush, living around the lower part of River Niger. That was how we actually defended our land in those days against the British colonialists. We fought and fought. They defeated and defeated. Then we went back again and keep on defeating them. And they come back again defeating, until it took them 60 years to come with the Bible and Christianity, and we succumbed. Because we have this kind of, serious link with the Jews in the Middle East Europe. That was the axis from where the British at least had their victory over Igbo man during the colonial adventurism in Africa. So let me tell you, We are not relenting to actually see that the like of Christopher Musa Brutai, all the past, both living and the dead Nigerian, army chief of staff, chief of army staff, and the CDS, chief of defense staff, all of them, they are very, very answerable. They should answer to many bloody crimes against the Igbos in the southeastern Nigeria. We are having done over 250,000 petitions written by Igbos in diasporas and Igbos in Nigeria about what Hope Uzodinma, in connivance with the FELONY Janjaweeds, have committed, in Igbo land. They are the perpetrators that bring about the youths at Osu, local government. All of them are living in the bush. Many have actually absconded from southeastern Nigeria into the northern region and southwest, just to seek solace and the greener pasture. Why? The soldiers, if they see any youth in the village of Ihiala, Uli, Osumohu, Olo, our mama, Mbidi, and so on and so forth, shoot at sight order was issued by all the chief of army staff, both present and previous. And that was what has been, happening in the southeastern Nigeria, whereby infants, sucklings, the wind, male and female, were mown down with blood in the past. I'm telling you, many bloody activities going on in the southeastern Nigeria by the current administration and the previous administration of Muhammadu Buhari. They are nothing to write home about. If we start recounting or reciting or reliving a quiz or competition like that, this is the latest achievement by our children. Ndi Anambra Ebuka, Anambra Ebulebu, Anambra Dineku. Ayi dikenyi ayana ikoroni kuku. We are just like Oji nepulo onwe. Oji always springs up by itself. You can't plant Oji. That is Anambra people. We are making waves around the world. The computer guru, Cyprian, Emegbalu, and the rest of Anambra, erudite, academic children who are doing well in their various, field of academics. I'm telling you, that state is wonderful. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has actually lifted the spirit of this excellence about the Igbos across the southeastern Nigeria. Kanu has been the best agitator ever in history. According to Transparency International, the Guinness Book of Record, Kanu won the most peaceful agitator as he agitated for Biafra in the past without wasting of blood, without using a penknife or jackknife. He was doing it empty-handed across the nations of the world, Europe, Asia, America, Antarctica, Oceania, Australia, everywhere he goes, even in Nigeria. Kanu did not hurt a fly. But how do you see the Janjaweeds? British-backed Janjaweeds, the FELONY headers, who are killing Nigerians across their various farmland. They are bloodthirsty people, sanguinary people, people that always like to let the blood, to waste blood of the innocent across Nigeria farmlands. Even time shall come when they should be going into the communities, visiting township, knocking on people's doors, buying and neutralizing people with their various AK-47 and 49. That was actually Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's prediction that made him the first Nostradamus of African continent. Those things he said in the past, they are happening in now. He is a prophet, a legend, a Nostradamus of our modern time. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's predictions all has been coming to pass. It is a wonderful winning streak. As he wins in Nigeria, Mazi Simon Ekpan Njoku wins in the faraway Scandinavian country of Finland in Europe. I'm telling you, it all happened by a great surprise to the Igbos. Simultaneously, we've gotten victory deserved in Finland, back home in Nigeria, a victory so deserved by the erudite MNK, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is a good leader, only. Nnamdi Kanu is a charismatic leader. A charismatic leader, he has the charisma to move millions as supporters, faithfuls and followers without blemish. That is what I mean by charisma. He has what it takes to lead a group of people like the Igbos. I've never seen people so resilient, so stubborn, smart, they have everything like the Igbos. If this man could actually corner and command that great populace of the Igbos to follow him without complaint, it means Mazi Nnamdi Kanu could be a great leader if Biafra comes. I have to rest here. When I come tomorrow, man, I would like you to subscribe. Please do me a favor. I'm your guy, Ralph Tresvant, your man. Do me a favor, subscribe, like, comment on the comment section, discuss with me. Most importantly, subscribe, view and view. Watch it to the last. Don't touch the button. That is the only way you could help me. I'm so resilient, talking and speaking, promoting and agitating for Biafra. It is my right to agitate for Biafra. Nobody can stop me. It is my own right, my fundamental right to agitate for Biafra. It is not a treasonable offense. Nigerians are dying for what? Poor knowledge of law. Thank you. Remember to subscribe. Share with your WhatsApp contacts. That is how you could favor me. Good night. Yeah, which is why we should be, following it bit by bit so that we can not, as a result of expediency, commit omissions, along the line. So what am I trying to say here? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he has no case again to answer until his defensive counsel, legal counsel, finish writing to the closure of his case, as federal government actually accused him. And again, the prosecution team of federal government of Nigeria, everybody is waiting, listening to them to know what they are coming out with. Federal government has tired out. They have actually hands off, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. It is my right to agitate for Biafra, as the young man said. Biafra is my constitutional right. Ignorance of law and lack of law, lack of law knowledge is what is killing Nigeria. It is my right to agitate for Biafra. It is not treasonable offense. You know it, I know it, all the judges and the lawyers in this court, they actually know it. But everybody is dying because of poor knowledge of law. That is what killing Nigerians. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu quoted. I'm telling you, he's a man I know that is well educated, is an intellectual property of Igbo people, both law and outside law. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knows history more than historians. I'm telling you that he has been making the Igbos proud in the past and the present, in the UK, in Kenya, in Israel, in India, everywhere he goes as he agitates. Now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is lifting the Igbo spirit to the stars. That's why the Igbo Amaka, Igbo Amaka everywhere. I could just remember this current achievement by Anambra State students who defeated their United Kingdom